Hey, 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 you know what time it is? Activity and challenge time. So, today, your activity is going to be, hopefully the link works, to get on National Geographic Kids and watch the animal video. It is 8 interesting, they're kind of weird looking, but awesome animals found around the world. And then the second thing you're going to do, you're going to do a shake break activity and challenge today. We've reached that time in our videos where it's a special message time. Your special message is brought to you today by Miss Page. Thank you, Miss Page, and let's see what she has to say. Let's go, guys.
Miss Page here. I hope you all are doing well and staying healthy. I miss seeing you all at school, miss seeing your smiling faces. I hope you are rocking your e-learning and getting it all turned in for Mr. Elliott. Only 2 more weeks left of school, and then you guys get a summer break, and I hope you all enjoy it. I can't wait to see you all whenever we return to school. You all stay well, stay healthy, and I will see you next year. Bye!
Tonight on the Titanic, Chapter 3, SOS. Let's see what's going to happen. Jack stared at the name of the ship. You know what happened to the Titanic, don't you? He said softly. Annie nodded. It hit an iceberg and sank, she said. But I don't get it. I thought this ship was unsinkable. That's what people thought when the Titanic was built, said Jack. But they were wrong. Suddenly, steam gushed out of the ship's smokestacks. Then the engines cut off. The Titanic stopped moving. We better go home, said Jack. There's nothing we can do here. We'll have to find another lost ship, a safer one. No, we have to stay and help, said Annie. We can't escape in the treehouse any time we want. But what can we do, said Jack. This ship's going to sink no matter what. We can't change history, and we can't take anyone into our time with us. Yeah, but maybe there's some way we can help, said Annie. How? Said Jack. I don't know, said Annie. Let's look around. Holding Teddy, she disappeared down a small stairway. Jack followed her to the lower level. Annie put Teddy down on the deck. The dog sniffed the chunks of ice that had fallen off the iceberg. The ship seemed strangely empty. Where is everyone? Annie asked. Maybe they're still asleep, said Jack. They probably don't even know the ship hit something. Annie and Jack started toward the front of the Titanic. Come on, Teddy, said Annie. The little dog scampered after them. They passed the round windows of different rooms on the ship. Jack looked through them as they went by. He saw exercise bikes and rowing machines in one room. In another, there were palm trees, bamboo chairs, and tables. Next, they passed a library filled with books. This ship is like a town, said Jack. Near the end of the deck, they peeked through another round window. Inside a little room, a man was wearing earphones. Jack heard a clicking noise as the man tapped a lever on a black box. What's he doing? Whispered Annie. Jack shrugged. Oh. Another man stood nearby. He had a white beard and wore a fancy uniform. Send the international call for help, he ordered the man with headphones. Tell all ships close to come at once. We're sinking. Yes, Captain, said the man. Great, they're calling for help, Annie whispered. Jack shook his head. I don't think help will come, he said. He shined the flashlight on the book and found a picture of the radio operator. He read quietly to Annie. After the Titanic hit the iceberg at 11:40 p.m., the ship's radio operator sent out an SOS. An SOS is the International Distress Signal in Morse code. Unfortunately, the only ship near the Titanic had turned off its radio for the night. All the other ships who received the message were too far away to help. When the Titanic sank around 2:20 a.m., she was all alone. That's terrible, said Annie. I wonder what time it is now, said Jack. I don't know, said Annie. Jack pulled out his notebook and wrote, SOS sent out. Titanic sinks at 2:20 a.m. He's leaving, whispered Annie. Hide, whispered Jack. He and Annie moved quickly into the shadows. The captain stepped out onto the deck. Tell the men to start loading the lifeboats now, the captain ordered a deckhand. Yes, Captain, the man answered. The captain and the deckhand left. Annie turned to Jack. At least that's good, she whispered. Everyone can get into the lifeboats. I don't think it's good enough, said Jack. He read from the book again. On the Titanic there were 20 lifeboats. To save all the passengers, the ship needed twice as many. But with all the confusion on board, a number of the lifeboats were not even full when they left the ship. Many third-class passengers did not have a chance to get into any of the lifeboats because they were on the lower decks and didn't know where to go. Jack wrote in his notebook, "Need twice as many lifeboats." "Hey, I know what we can do to help," said Annie. "What?" asked Jack. "We can help someone find the lifeboat," she said. "You're right," said Jack. "With our book we can find our way to the lower deck." He turned the page to a map of the ship. He and Annie studied it. "We'll start at the grand stairway," said Jack. He traced a path with his finger. "Then we'll go down to the third-class cabins this way." "Good plan," said Annie. Jack looked back through the door. The radio operator was still tapping out at the message. Over and over and over. "SOS," whispered Jack. He took a deep breath. "Okay," he said. "Let's go." That takes us to tomorrow's chapter 4. Put on your life belts. Jack and Annie, happy reading. Let's talk homework today. Reading. You have reading questions that are going to be on your Google form. You got Raz Kids' one nonfiction book, and you have your poem. You can find that on our Google slide presentation as well as on the website. In writing, you got your journal entry, and then you have a poem that you're going to write working on your writing craft. In math, you have fraction problems found on Google Forms, and then you're going to do I Ready Math for 10 minutes. Activity and challenge. Your activity is to watch National Geographic Kids video. It's going to talk to you about 8 unique animals, and then you're going to wrap up with a shake break. That takes care of homework. Okay guys, listen here. We've done through everything. We got through everything. Okay, Abraham Lincoln came to visit. I really need to get off of this teaching island, this classroom island, because I don't know what to do. So I got to get my helmet on, or my hat on, and I got to get ready to go. So with that being said, you know what I said. That's a wrap. See you later.